I don't really want to walk through this crap. I'm just trying to get snake bit today. Golly. Oh, wow. You guys may be able to hear music. Whoa. Just as I said that, something ran off over here. I don't know if that audio picked up. Like over here. It didn't sound like very big, but it scared it off as soon as I started talking. But anyway, there's the lake, the direction I'm pointing. There's still something over there moving. But the direction I'm pointing the camera, like right now, about a half mile, quarter mile, maybe somewhere around there, is the lake. I mean, I couldn't walk to it from here. I don't think it gets too thick back in there. And plus, there's a creek right here you gotta cross. But there's a cove, kind of over in that direction that people pull up in their boats and drink and party and whatnot. There's some kids over there having a good time. Can you see that? Not the stick thing, but the thing right there. Let's see if I can zoom in on a little more. Right there. That looks a little odd. With my eyes it does. It doesn't really look that odd in the camera. Anyway, it's probably just a piece of bark. I don't like standing in this stuff. I don't have my boots on today or snake guards. That's kind of neat. I don't know if you guys can tell what that is, but there's a worn out spot right here. It goes up into all this, and then all this right here is just like almost like a natural blind where there's a tree that's fallen over, but behind that it's a bunch of viney stuff. And then there's this like covered deal here. See, this is the creek that runs right down in here. Whatever that was down. Whoa. I got something moving right down in here. There could be a snake down in here, so I think I'm gonna back up. That music sounds like they're just right there, but that water's actually quite a ways away. Well, a quarter mile or more. Okay. here and see if anything's changed. I'm not gonna go all the way back just because I don't have my boots on. I can see this part of the ground pretty good right here. Copperheads, they blend in pretty well with leaves though. The further you get back here, the leafier it gets. See, it's starting to get leafier. There's an old structure there. Oh, you guys probably remember that. And this is what I call the footprint bed. I usually find all sorts of footprints in here. Or used to. And then there's the what I call the cave. But it's just basically, you can't really, it's not really picking up on the camera, but all of that, this is like a U-shaped dome of, it's like a hallway going through the trees. You can't really tell, but there's a hole there. A cutout in the trees that the animals and hikers, whatnot, whoever's been back in here, have done that. It actually was 3 years ago. A couple of these trees fell and blocked it off, and it hadn't been used in a long time. But the game and whatnot going through there is kind of opened it back up. I don't think too many people come out here now. I have seen a little bit more now that since I've been coming out here. I have found some boot tracks in this mud stuff here. And you find trash out here every once in a while, but for the most part, you don't see anybody out here. There's something black over there. I don't know what that is. A couple black things over there. What the heck is that? I don't have my stabilizer today. It is hard to hold this thing still. I don't know what that is. And a lot of this trash like that there is probably washed up from the creek. You know, it does flood. See, here's another little path that the game goes down in there. I'll walk back here just a little ways. I haven't been back here in quite a while. This is where I had my sighting back here. My best one anyway. A lot of you know. It's not too bad, the ground. I just gotta watch where I step. I haven't been back here in a minute. Huh. Wow, that pine tree looks, cedar tree, whatever it is, looks dead. There's the other structure that they built. I mean, it looks like there's something been trying to get up in there too. See, before it wasn't. Oh wow, it's like something's been trying to use that as a. See, this was never a shelter or anything. It was just a bunch of piled up sticks, and I didn't know what the meaning of it was. Huh. That is really weird. Interesting. But this tree here, when it's green, it looks like it's dead. But when it's green, there's an opening right here, U-shaped opening, and you can get up inside there, and nothing can see you for basically 360 degrees, unless you're standing right at that door. I mean, you can't tell now, but if that thing's green, you can't see in there. I didn't think those trees died, and well, I mean, I didn't think that they. I don't know. It looks dead. I don't know why. There's that structure again. So, a lot of you know the story. I'll just tell it again in case some of you are newbies that are watching that haven't been. Oh wow, I can get down in there and check for prints. We can actually get across the creek now. Over there's where all the action takes place, folks. But for some reason, the day I had my sighting, we was setting up a camera right here, facing. No, it was we were going to face it across the creek because that's where everything takes place. We've sat here on this bank before with lawn chairs and had stuff, I mean, trees being pushed over, things being like sticks being snapped. We had a creature walk over from over there, walk this way and moan at us. And that night it kind of creeped us out and we took off. It was like, it wasn't like a cow. It was more like a, I don't know how to explain it, like a deep guttural, like an old man or something. Like, it was weird. It was really weird, and I could see the eye shine about 6 to 8 feet up off the ground. It was about 6 feet. So I knew it wasn't. I mean, there wouldn't be a stray cow in there anyway. There's no farm. The farmland there is farmland around, but not anywhere the cow could get in here. And it wasn't a cow. I mean, you would hear it break and stuff. You didn't hear it walking. You could just see it moving this way. You could see the eye shine because we were shining lights over there, and I could see that it was a tall figure. I couldn't see what it was. I could see that it was a dark. I couldn't even tell you what color it was. It was just dark, tall figure. All I could really make out the best was the eye shine. It was moving this way. We got our stuff, what we could carry, and took off and left the rest of the stuff sitting here. But that's not even my sighting. We don't even know what to chalk that up as. But we were setting up the camera facing that way, me and a buddy of mine. And I turned around. I'd done some tree knocks on one of these trees back here, these little small trees. I don't remember which one it was. I want to say it was like this one or this one. It might have even been that bigger one back there. And I'd already done like 2 or 3 sets of tree knocks. And I don't normally do that kind of stuff, tree knocks. I know it's communication between them, but we don't know what that means. But I was doing it anyway to try to get a response. And I had turned to look back to see how my friend was doing on the camera, and I look back and I see a red-colored, what looked like the face of an orangutan and a human put together. Had the hair on the sides of its head or face. The hair came down really long on the sides, and it almost looked groomed. It was so. It was just nicely kept. It looked like, and I could see that. I could see a little bit of the shoulders and a tiny bit of the chest. That was it. But this thing was like going up and down and left and right. It was like bobbing and weaving, and it was looking through the limbs, trying to get a look at me. It was like, who the heck is knocking on these trees? Who's doing these tree knocks? And it had this look of confusion on its face. It didn't look upset, didn't look mad. It just was like checking me out. And when I seen it, I watched it for about 3 seconds, which seemed like forever. I turned to get my buddy's attention. I said, hey. And I wasn't trying to do it too loud. And so I was basically whispering it. And, hey. Because I didn't want to scare this thing off. And when I looked back, it was gone. Completely gone. Didn't hear it move off. Didn't that's weird. Didn't hear it, didn't see it. It was just gone. Just disappeared. Like it wasn't even there. So anyway, I've told that story a lot of times. I just I've got a lot of new subscribers, and I just wanted everyone else to know what's going on. But I think he came from. There's some my gifting tree is right there. That big. It's kind of hard to see, but that big fallen tree back there is where I used to gift. And back in behind it there, that's all. I mean, thick scrub brush. Nobody can get through there. Nobody. I think that's where they come from. I think they come from back that way, but they come from across the creek, and then they cross. Because I've been over there across the creek. Oh yeah, I want to walk down there and look at the prints real quick. I gotta go. Somewhere I gotta be, but I was out here. I had to get out of the house and get some nature time in. Recharge that energy. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. Wow. a lot of times you cannot get, I mean, this whole year I've not been able to get down here to check for, well, but really to cross, I say usually it's to cross the creek. But I like to check for prints too. Tons of deer. Look at all the deer tracks. And there's a another food source, clams or mussels, whatever you call them. There's sometimes a lot of those in here. Okay, well, now I know. I don't see anything that looks like a track. I've seen some water moccasins go up in that hole before. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So back there, there's kind of a game trail that goes back in there. I've been way back up in there, and I've found some other structures that they built. Looks like something that they might even be, you know, not really living in, but using as some sort of a shelter. We don't really know what they do with those, but I found them. So anyway, well, guys, it's a short one, but I am gonna get out of here. Just want to come down here and do some checking, see what I can find. Ain't been back here in a while, so figured I'd take you guys with me. You never know when something's gonna pop out at you, so I always like to be recording. And I know a lot of people get angry because I'm posting everything that I record, and there's not, you know, I'm not recording a Sasquatch every time, or anything for that matter, but you know, some people see stuff. I'll post it and they'll see things that I didn't see. I mean, the camera is always recording. It's always recording. You know, I may be looking off a different direction and the camera's still looking in the direction I'm holding it, and it may capture something I don't see. These things move with intelligence, and when you're looking away, they use that as a window of opportunity, and they move. So anyway, I'm going to turn this off and get out of here. Hope you guys had a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.